Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Short Sale
Hold on, Fred, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
.com.
I'll be right back.
He's actually not kidding. I told him I'll just start the episode without him. That's my partner, Kevin Kauffman. He's headed to the restroom. My name's Fred Weaver. We're with Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team. So, hey, last Friday we brought you a pretty exciting episode. We filmed live just outside of the Equator building in Los Angeles, California, and wanted to kind of follow up on that conversation. Promise you that this week we'd have more information. First of all, I hope you enjoyed the appearance by Coach on Monday, talking about giants in the land, and Kevin getting the Tupac reference in. And then yesterday, on Tuesday, I hope you enjoyed meeting the brothers of Group 4610. You can see the wisecracks that we have in our family. So anyway, I'm sporting my Equator cap today. The Equator team was nice enough to give us a bag of goodies, and I wanted to put my cap on here. I actually think that they intended the cap for Kevin, because if you haven't noticed recently, he's kind of, well, let's just say his forehead's increasing in size. Now, he hasn't heard this because he's in the bathroom right now, so we're not going to tell him about it, and we're just going to keep it as our little secret. But I promise that when his hat wears out, I'm going to go ahead and give him my hat back. So anyway, let's talk about Equator. Let's get right into it, and let's kind of talk. Okay, that seriously wasn't timed or planned. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
I just filmed the intro, so come sit down. I actually haven't said anything about Equator. I was talking about these really great hats that you're going to get some great usage out of. I told our viewers, but I'm not going to tell you any more than that.
Seriously? I'm going to edit that out.
Seriously, here, why don't you wear that? See what I mean, guys? There we go. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about Equator. The piece that I want to talk about today, I want to talk about basically the part of Equator that I really like. Some of you aren't going to like it, but Equator is actually building what I'm going to call a report card on you, and I don't know that
you're going to love this.
I don't know the exact term of what they call it, but
I believe the word is report card.
Is it a report card? Okay, report card. Equator and this
is like when you were in grade school.
So hopefully those of you out there that actually know how to complete tasks in an appropriate time frame are gonna like this. But Equator has the ability to track how frequently and how quickly you're completing your tasks in a file. Now, for those of you out there that have sold or currently still sell REO properties and had used the old REO trans in Equator to do that, you're aware of that. But for those of you that have never done REOs, it might be news to you that Equator, the old REO trans system, actually tracks your performance, if I can say it that way. Now, they're not necessarily tracking, I mean, I'm sure they are, but they're not necessarily grading you on how many short sales close versus don't close, but the grading...
Oh, I would imagine that information's there.
I imagine it's there and it's going to be looked at, but they're also grading how quickly you complete tasks, what color your tasks are when they're being completed.
Do you always take it right up to the finish line?
Correct.
Do you do stuff on time?
Correct.
Do you do stuff ahead of time? How quickly do you get stuff back when stuff's requested from you?
Yep.
All those things. Basically exactly what you would expect to be graded on if you really thought through the whole process.
Absolutely. Now, let me tell you why I think that's great. I think that as more banks and servicers start using the Equator platform, which, by the way, if you didn't watch Friday's episode, Kevin and I are really pumped about.
Absolutely.
If the lenders and servicers, and they will eventually, can train their employees how to use the system properly, it's not rocket science, let me tell you that much.
It's going to be awesome.
Then this thing really could improve. I really believe that the whole short sale game could be changed through the use of Equator.
No doubt about that.
What my thought is this: if you're arguing with a coordinator over, let's say, a BPO dispute, for example,
right?
And if you've got the ability to tell your coordinator to go look at your report card, to go look at the 10 files you've already gotten approved with B of A in the last 60 days, for example, don't you think that could be a big help to giving you some validity in the short sale game?
Well, that would be a thought, absolutely, because I can tell you, in fact, I can't tell you how many times, I take that back, where I've gone to a senior manager. I mean, heck, I'll use B of A as an example. I said to Dave Sunland, Dave, I will never come to you unless it's a situation like this where I know that this is the right situation and the right deal, and that for whatever reason the people who report to you aren't approving this deal.
I'm not just escalating files just to feel good about myself because I have extra time on my hands.
I'm escalating because I know it's the best thing for you. And guys, let's face it.
And all 9, 7, 6 employees under you that reported up the chain to you didn't see that, but when I got to you, you saw that. So that's what I'm going to use.
They can see my report card. They're going to know that, hey, when Kevin or Fred comes to us, this is a legitimate deal. This is not just some agent who's escalating on day one for no reason and doesn't even know how to do a short sale. These are people who are seasoned, who have closed deals and know what they're talking about and are looking to mitigate loss, not just get into an argument.
Absolutely. Now, here's something that you guys maybe don't know about Equator, because I had to ask because I was curious. My question was, for example, and I'm going to use GMAC as an example. So GMAC, we all know out there that is using Equator, okay? Now, my question was, can a lender like GMAC actually see the work I'm doing at B of A? Now, they can't go and access the specific files, but they can still see how the consistency of my task. So meaning that it doesn't matter if you're working with 9 different lenders at some point in Equator, and your report card spans all of those lenders. So it could really burn you, or it could be a huge benefit to you. And I'm going to challenge those of you out there
it's only going to burn you if you're not doing your job correctly, you guys. This is something that we talk about all the time. Short sales are not for the part-timer. Short sales are for the people who are going to dig in there, make this the niche that you're going after there, get your hands dirty, get up to your elbows, and get these deals done. This is not for the person that's out showing buyers all day long and then coming home and checking on files at midnight. This is not your game. This is for the professionals, for the people who want to dedicate to helping people avoid foreclosure and really getting results and not just running around all over the place like a chicken with its head cut off.
Yep, absolutely. So, again, I want you guys to think about that for a moment. Everything you're doing in Equator, it's being watched, it's being recorded,
That's a good thing.
And it's there forever, and we think it's a good thing, and I hope you do too, and if you don't, then you might want to look at the way you handle short sales and not get mad at the system. Hey, before we close up this episode, we will come back tomorrow because I've got one more thing I want to talk about at the Equator. I'm probably going to come up with a lot more. I may do more episodes, but I'm going to do at least one more tomorrow. But I want to close with this. If you're watching this video for the first time and you've never heard us say this, or you're not aware of it, there's a few key things that I know Chris and the team at Equator would like you to know, and I want to pass them on to you. Number one, please don't get mad at Equator because your short sales aren't approved.
Don't call them.
Please don't call them. Seriously, guys, if you're mad at the decisioning aspect of your short sale, it doesn't have to do with Equator. Equator is not a decisioning platform. They're merely a transaction management platform for everybody to communicate. Go to your negotiator. Equator also gives you the opportunity to email multiple people in the transaction above your negotiator. We'll talk more about that in a future episode or at some of our classes. And then I also want to say, if you're having a support problem, meaning you can't log into Equator or something like that, those are acceptable to call Equator. They have a helpline set up.
Hold on, don't call them. There's an instant messaging feature on the front page of Equator.com now.
You can dialogue that way.
You can get live online help. Why pick up? Don't waste our time, guys. Call, message them. Don't waste your own time for that matter. Message them, get the help you need, and then move on.
So again, guys, I'm going to encourage everybody out there to have a positive attitude around Equator. This software platform is only going to get bigger, and when I say bigger, meaning it's going to get bigger and better, and lenders are going to be able to use it to a higher degree. And I think it's really going to help our industry as the servicers and lenders start understanding how to use it appropriately.
Just like anything else, just like the HAFA program, just like how hemp failed, just like everything else, the way, we can provide this great tool, which Equator has provided an amazing tool, an amazing opportunity. It's still going to take the banks and the servicers buying in and going along with these processes. Now, I think they're going to do that. Just having GMAC and B of A come over was a huge step in the right direction. Although it's a slow step, it's still a step. And as they get more comfortable with this, the guys at Equator have just got all these tools that are just going to be able to rock the short sale world.
I want to talk about that tomorrow. So I got actually 2 or 3 things that just came to my mind. So Kevin was going to the bathroom at the beginning of this episode, so he probably doesn't realize we're approaching the 10-minute mark, or I'm guessing the 8 or 9-minute mark. So we're going to end it right here.
Right now.
And Kevin's sporting his very classy-looking Equator hat, and I think it's going to get some more use for him in the future. Let's go ahead and end this up, buddy.
Are you making fun of my hairline?
No, dude, I'm not. I would never do such a thing, my friend.
You're a jackass.
Never.
I can't wait till you lose your hair.
On 3, buddy. Are you ready?
1,
2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour. Crush it.